Let's be clear. Cuts in education will negatively impact the quality of education across this great state. This is extremely troubling in light of the fact that now more than ever we need and want top quality education for our students. One House member, when asked about school funding, replied, "I don't know what they're doing. I don't ask them. They have to spend what they got and be satisfied." We have had enough of that type of thinking. If we continue to defund education and ignore the impact that this has on our children and our state's future, we just might need to change the state bird to an ostrich. We need to get our heads out of the sand and face the realities of our decisions and the importance of a child's education.
That's right.
We cannot let austere fiscal adherence masquerade as responsibility. We have to be accountable to the real victims, the children in our schools. We will have to justify why we did not work together to find solutions to give them high-quality education. We cannot be indifferent to the long-term cost of defunding the state's education budget. We cannot stand idle. We must develop solutions. We must take action now. Budget cuts are less spending on classroom materials, fewer school-wide materials, fewer technology, delays in purchasing or not even purchasing textbooks at all, fewer professional development days, fewer electives, larger class sizes. But who pays for those decisions? Our students. According to the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, if countries want to invest long-term in their economic health, they must improve the quality of their education. Real people are affected by cuts in education. Simply cutting spending is not a good enough solution, especially when it affects children's lives and our state's future. About 1995. Do you know that Toy Story and Braveheart was the #1 movie? ER in Seinfeld was a hit on TV. And gas cost us $1.20. All those were the days. Today, we are funding our classrooms at 1995 levels. You do not prepare for the 21st century with 1995 levels of funding. Beginning to believe that some of our leaders in this state's favorite movie is Back to the Future. They are going back to 1995 and sacrificing our future. We don't need back to the future thinking. We need back to the drawing board on funding. We don't need back to the future thinking. We need to go back to our communities and let them know the effects of these cuts. We don't need back to the future thinking. We need to go back to putting children's education first. We don't need back to the future thinking. We need to focus on the future today. If education is the fuel that runs the economic engine, then we cannot underfund the refiners that produce the fuel, our students. If we expect schools to produce high-quality students, then our actions must match our words. Enough is enough. We must take action today. Our community desire it. Our students deserve it. And our future demands it. Thank you.
Mr. Mike Fanning for those very kind remarks. I'm indeed honored to be here representing the nation's oldest and most respected civil rights organization. The organization that started this fight many years ago right here in Clarendon County, South Carolina. And because of this organization, the 14th Amendment of the United States Constitution, which was being violated by this government and the United States government, can no longer freely treat people any way they want to without hearing from us. So let me thank those of you who came out today to help show that democracy can work. And democracy ain't bad if it works for everybody in a fair, just, and equitable manner. But having been in South Carolina for better than 60 years, I hadn't seen too many years where democracy worked for all citizens in a fair and equitable manner. But let me thank all of you for what you are doing for this process. Mr. Fanning just mentioned there are several things that must take place in a democracy in order for it to work right. Education, of course, is part of being a democracy. At least it should be. Being able to walk up and down the street should be part of a democracy. Being able to live where you want to live, eat where you want to eat. But one of the most important tools in a democracy is the right to vote. Hey, hey! Mr. Fanning mentioned voting. Well, that's good. But there's some other things you have to do before you can vote. You have to register first. And we have over 1.2 million disenfranchised people in South Carolina by choice, because they either won't vote or either they won't register to vote. You must first become educated about the issues pertaining to education. You must register to vote. And then most importantly, Lord have mercy, you must know who to vote for. For too long in South Carolina, we voted for the same old people. This morning, as I was doing my reading, read a quote that I want to share with you. It says, "The death of a democracy is not likely to be an assassination or ambush. The death of a democracy, it will be a slow extinction from apathy, indifference, and undernourishment. For too long, we have allowed this group behind us here to be apathetic about our children,